Yo guys, what's going on? It's Neil here from Post to Post. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys are having a good one. Today, something goes down, or tonight something goes down. It is a game that, or it is a series that really no one predicted. Who honestly, logically predicted that the Winnipeg Jets, a team that really struggled coming into the playoffs, would face off against the Montreal Canadiens, going against the division leader, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and would defeat them? Who predicted that Winnipeg would play Montreal in the second round, logically? Not me, and I'm almost certainly not you. Like, it is such an improbable matchup based on who each team was playing. Edmonton was looking so good this year. McDavid was on fire, having an unbelievable year. Same with Draisaitl. Smith was playing good, and then they just didn't show up, and Winnipeg did a lovely job shutting them down. And then we all know what happened in Montreal. They came back from that crazy 3-1 deficit in the series, defeated Toronto in the seventh game. And that's a movie almost. It really is. It's just crazy, but none of that changes my prediction for this upcoming series. And most of my series previews, as you guys know, I usually talk about stats. I compare stats. I kind of deep, not really a deep dive, but a little dive into some stats. Compare the teams, and kind of approach it logically, objectively, just kind of think it through. Take all the emotion out of it. That's how I like to do most of my predictions. This one is all going to come from the gut, guys. It's totally come from the gut. It is all about the feelings here and nothing to do with data or statistics. I'm just going to tell you what I think is going to happen, and it's all coming from the gut and a little bit from the heart. As you guys know, I am a Canadiens fan, but I objectively decided to wear Winnipeg in this series and put some of my Canadiens jerseys in behind me there. I also really love this jersey, selfishly. So, Montreal versus Winnipeg. If you compare the two in head-to-head during this year, fairly even. Now, I'm going to mention it. Statistically, Winnipeg did come ahead of Montreal in almost every single category this year, but things were relatively close. But overall, I think each team has its positives and its negatives. Connor Hellebuyck is one of the best goalies in the NHL. I think he will play very well. I don't think he's better than playoff Carey Price, though. So I'm going to give the nod to goaltending to Montreal. I think Montreal is probably a team that can play the shutdown game a little bit better than Winnipeg, just slightly better. I think Montreal's better at keeping the play to the outside than Winnipeg. So if we're talking strictly shutdown, I'm also going to give that to Montreal. But I would give literally every single category other than that all to Winnipeg. Power play, penalty kill, offense, just back checking, like literally everything else I would give to Winnipeg. So I have to give Montreal props where props are due. They're great in net if Carey Price is playing it like the Carey Price that we know, and they can be and are a good defensive team, and they can play a good shutdown role. So Montreal has its positives. They match up fairly well against Winnipeg. I think they're kind of similar teams. Montreal has more youth, more maybe excitement. Winnipeg has more experience and more structure, I guess. So with that said, they are still close. I really do believe that Winnipeg is going to win this series. My prediction officially is Winnipeg in 6. However, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Montreal won this series. I think they do match up okay against Winnipeg, and I think I said at the beginning that I would predict this series exactly like I would if these two teams met in the first round. If I didn't say that, I thought about it. If Montreal played Winnipeg in the first round, this is how I'm approaching that series. I'm kind of not thinking about how Montreal did against Toronto, and I'm kind of not thinking about how Winnipeg did against Edmonton. I'm making the exact same prediction I would if these two teams, for whatever reason, met in the first round. I understand it's round 2, but I'm just looking at this almost like a round 1 matchup. And my prediction would have been Winnipeg in 6 over Montreal. I don't think there's going to be a sweep in this series. We're not going to see Winnipeg sweep Montreal. I'm very confident of that, and I don't really have a lot of confidence in the Montreal Canadiens, as you guys know, but I do strongly believe that Montreal will at least pull 1 game off, probably 2, possibly 3. But I do believe at the end of the day that the Winnipeg Jets will win, and they will come out as Canada's best team this year, and they will face either, Vegas or Colorado. I if Montreal wins this series, they beat Winnipeg, they will be going on to play Winnipeg, or they will be going on to play, Vegas or Colorado. As of right now, Colorado is dominating this series. That first game was unbelievable. So let's just for a second assume that Montreal moves on from Winnipeg and plays Colorado. That is going to be the most tilted matchup in possibly playoff history, not let alone round 3 history, in playoff history. And I'm a little scared for that. So I do believe that Winnipeg is going to win, and I like Winnipeg. Outside of Montreal, Winnipeg is one of my top Canadian teams outside the Canadiens, outside of Montreal. So it's hard to cheer against Winnipeg. I love a lot of their fans. I've never really had a bad interaction with the Jets fan. So can't say enough good things about the Jets team. Can't say enough good things about the Jets fans. So no bad blood at all between Canadiens fans and Jets fans, or the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets in general, team to team. But I have seen this team play in the playoffs before. Down when I was in Vegas in the conference finals, I saw Vegas play Winnipeg, and I think it was game 3, if I'm not mistaken. And the series was tied 1-1, I believe. And that was a crazy game. That was the game where things switched for Vegas, and they dominated the rest of the series, basically. So that was a very good Winnipeg Jets team. Things haven't really changed that much for Winnipeg. What scares me about Winnipeg is their depth. They have better depth than Montreal. Kyle Connor offensively. You've got Lowry and Kopp, and did I say Connor? Of course I said Connor. It just goes on down the line. It's a very deep team, and they scare me. They really do scare me. But Montreal has youth. They've got Caulfield, who, he had his good games and his bad games. Suzuki, who's played fairly well. There's also going to be the coaching, head coaching. Who's gonna win this chess match? I think Dominic Ducharme. I hate to give him credit, but man, he did well those last 3 games. He switched up his coaching style and the approach a little bit based on their structure and their game. I think it was game 5 he did that, and it made a difference. So he knows how to play chess, but so does Paul Maurice. So even just removing the players, the goalies, everything, just the coaches against each other, it is going to be interesting. The matchup game, the trying to be sneaky with putting, there's an icing and you're putting your top line out there, or if there's, one guy will come on for a face-off and he'll be out there for 10 seconds until the puck gets out of the zone, and then he's going for a line change and someone else is coming on. There's going to be a lot of that, I think. A lot of little games within games here between the coaches. So keep an eye out for that. But official prediction: Winnipeg in 6. Either way, I'm happy. Montreal kind of already got their victory defeating the Toronto Maple Leafs. So anything that happens at this point, I am fine with. But obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the Montreal Canadiens hard and see if they can get into the conference finals. Because even if they do end up facing Colorado or Vegas, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be just means more Montreal Canadiens hockey for me, which is a really good thing. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. Good luck, Jets fans. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button down below. Please leave your series predictions down below in the comment section. I read all the comments. Would love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you real soon. Adios.